Lede Akande. She is the admissions counselor at Butler University. I'm here with Dr. Robinson, the guidance director at Arsenal Technical High School, and Miss Ziegler. She is the new tech counselor at Arsenal Technical High School. Today, we are going to discuss a topic that every high school senior has on their mind, and it is college. We are all wondering where we will go, how we will pay for it, and how to stay focused all year long. For most of us, it will be our very first time living out on our own. The average student will only get $5,000 in student FAFSA money. So stay tuned for facts, good advice, student input, and tips.
I go to Wabash College. I want to go to college for my family, for God, for my, just to leave a mark on this world when I leave.
On college. Did you know that only 46% of men and women that enter college in the U.S. get a degree? That makes the United States dropout rate the lowest in the world, compared to Japan at 89% of graduates. But since 1985, the cost of college has sextupled, meaning that the college has doubled its original amount 6 times. So, what are the biggest struggles that college students seem to go through?
Well, I guess I can start. I think financially, some of the struggles students go through when considering where to go to college is, making the decision of do I go somewhere that maybe I really love and, is great and is like heaven on earth, or do I go somewhere where I know that I can graduate, I'll be comfortable, it might not be my number one choice, but I'll graduate with few, little to no loans, and you'll still have that valuable bachelor's degree. So, that's kind of a conflict that a lot of high school seniors will find at this time as they are finding out that they are admitted to these schools, and you're all excited, and you're getting excited, and you have to do the FAFSA. Then when you have all of your financial information, and you can really sit down and start to think seriously about where to continue the education.
The one thing that I do tell students is that apply to all of the college, your dream colleges, but also somewhere where if all else fails, this may be somewhere that you need to start. And that sometimes they want to move away from home and they want to get out just to get away. And I think sometimes they think more about that than they do about the reality of, if I move a little bit too far away from home, something comes up or something goes wrong, what kind of problems am I going to have to get back home? So there's things that they need to consider along with their financial aid packet, who offers the best deal, where they can come out, where they don't have a lot of bills to pay once they get done. So, and another thing is that students fail to apply for scholarships while they're in high school. And once they do that, because when they get out of high school, the scholarships may not be as plentiful as they are while they're in high school. So I would say that would be an addition too.
And along with that, I think that sometimes students do struggle with not being able to see right now. We're just filling out the FAFSA forms and those scholarships applications. So it's hard for students to see what package they're going to end up with. So even though it's a reality that they're going to graduate in June, it's hard for them to see, what's it going to be like, what's my package going to be like when I begin college in the fall. So it's very important that students not forget that, they are, even if they have to do something like work study or find a part-time job, that the end result is going to outweigh some of those struggles, because those students that end up with a college degree and develop into productive citizens will make a lot more money in the long run throughout their adult life then. So just kind of, I think the struggle is for them to see what the end result's going to be, and know that even though it might be a little struggle, it's well worth it.
Thank you. What is standing in the way of students and graduation?
Well, I have students that are seniors now that have been very successful, and now that they've gotten the 7th semester of grades, I think they're kind of relaxing, and we've been having senior meetings and ordering caps and gowns, and they think it's gonna be here, and it is, but they need to stay strong. So I think that's one thing that a little bit of senioritis is setting in, and that they do need. That last semester is very important, and Ms. Akonde, I'm sure, will speak to that about how they do look at the final semester on that transcript. So that's important that they not give up now.
Yeah, I agree with that, and also my expertise is more on the college end,
Yes.
but something that I struggle with sometimes when I'm speaking with high school students is I'm speaking to them mostly in their junior and senior year. So by that time, it's very important that the student has established themselves academically, because closer and closer you get to graduation, the harder and harder it's going to be. So I think maybe one reason that might discourage students in high school is that the misconception that they don't have any options after graduation, because we're here encouraging college today and continuing education after high school, but not every student is going to go to a 4-year university immediately after high school. Not every student is going to go to a traditional college. But I think the important thing is being realistic about your options and to explore other options, even if it's not the mainstream one that everybody is kind of talking about right now, because all you're really hearing is college, 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 college. But there are all kinds of certifications and licensures and programs and options for students who might be in that situation where, okay, junior, senior year, maybe I'm not going to go to a 4-year university, but here are the things that I can do. So I think just staying proactive with that and being honest with themselves, students, and just always having the goal of continuing on after high school to whatever capacity that might be.
And I agree with both. And I think just to restate the fact that the students need to stay focused, because like Ms. Ziegler said, they get to their 7th semester, they've gotten their acceptance letters, they think that it's sealed. And we continuously tell them that they want to see that 8th semester. They want to see those grades. If you have all A's and B's and all of a sudden you start getting C's and D's, just like they gave it to you, they can take it away. So you want to stay focused, you want to stay eligible, and you want to stay in school, because if I'm not mistaken, colleges like to see a full semester, and a lot of students want to, oh, I only have these classes, I don't need this one, so I want a half a day. We don't do half a days, not if you want to go to college. You want to stay focused, you want them to see that you stay on task. So that would be my thoughts about that. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you very much. What are some ways to help students graduate, not just high school, but college?
I think it's important that students really are proactive about knowing what their resources are, both in high school and on college campuses. There are different kinds of schools. There are some schools where you will have more personal attention from your professors because of small class sizes, and you will have more access to tutors or mentors or resources that you need to be successful, to find internships, to find jobs. But at the same time, especially when you get to college, it really becomes the student's responsibility at that point. You're not going to have people, knocking on your door saying, "Why weren't you in class today?" or calling home and saying, "So-and-so didn't show up," or they got a bad grade on a test. So I think going back to what I said originally, students have to take responsibility and be proactive and find out what is there for them, because a lot of times there are all kinds of resources, but if you don't go out and find them yourself, then nobody's really going to come and hunt you down either. So.
And I believe another thing, when they finally get to college, I think the students should look for those study groups, because that will help you in the long run. The partying and all of that, that's really not what you're spending your money for. What you're spending your money for is to get that education so that you can get that good job that you want and can change your lifestyle of what you may be into right now. The other thing is, I found that if you make those friends of those kids who are serious about their education, that kind of keeps you on the right track to do the studying and do the things that you need to do. So I think that would be my input on that one.
And then just to follow up from the educator perspective, as educators we need to keep our students engaged. Technology touches nearly everything that we do now, so I think that it's important to educators in high school and in college to stay up on technology and on their area of focus so that we can motivate students to do their best and keep their interest as well.
Okay, thank you very much. Please stay tuned for student input and Twitter. And what you want to study?
All right, I just recently committed to Northern Illinois, just because I know I like their coaches and stuff like that, and their campus is good, and their defensive scheme good, so that's what I'm going to study education, because I like giving back to kids or something like that. Probably be a teacher, but at the same time, if I don't make it as far as I want to in football, I'm going to be able to give back to students and maybe be able to coach one day. That's why.
That's great. Do you know how you're going to pay for college?
I got a full scholarship, so it's free.
Well, congratulations. Thank you. Summit on college. We asked the students on Twitter, what is the percent of American students who finance their college degree? The possible answers were 24%, 66%, or 80%. The answer is that 80% of college students finance their college degree. Someone who got the right answer was @_pink*pink. We also asked the students, name one of the top medical schools in the United States. The possibilities were Harvard, Stanford, or Johns Hopkins. @_Myla says Harvard, and @Charles Stevens says @Stanford. The answer is Harvard. So congratulations to @_Myla says. Now, we will direct our conversation to the audience. Does the audience have any question about college for these panelists?
So what kind of college scholarships are offered to you?
Right now, there are multiple scholarships offered from high school. Once you get into high school, if you would check with our Tech Titans treasures, you will see I have about 24 pages of scholarships that are offered to you.
There's also, you can be in touch, if you've decided on a college, make sure that you go in on the college website and check, because oftentimes the colleges will offer scholarships specific to your major. So be checking those. Deadlines are coming up. Many of them have passed, and then we have some deadlines in February and March that I've noticed recently. So be proactive and be looking for those right now.
So if you're a senior, you need to go see your counselor. You need to look up and see what scholarships are available to you, and you need to make sure that you are on point, because if you miss these deadlines, you will miss a very big opportunity to pay for your education.
What did you think about the transition into college, and how did that transition end up going?
Well, when I was in high school, I thought I couldn't wait to go to college, get out of the house, you come home anytime you want, you're around other people who are your age all the time, and it's just fun. And I mean, honestly, it was very similar to, you know, what I was imagining it would be like. I will say that the thing that I assumed is that all you have to do is go to college, get a degree, and then that's it. It's the rest of your life. You still have work to do after you graduate from college, finding a job, maybe continuing your education past your bachelor's degree. So right now that might not be what needs to be on the front of everyone's mind as seniors, but just know that it doesn't just stop after college. You really have to continue to work.
And to piggyback off of that a little bit, and the fact that you can't wait to get to college because you can call your own shots, you can pretty much stay in the dorms, you come and go as you please, so you think. There are still things that you have to abide by on the campus. But I think the one thing was being able to pick your schedule, what days you wanted classes, what time you wanted the classes, but you still have to stay focused, otherwise you'll end up out. Okay, so stay focused.
I agree with the other panelists. I had gone to visit, I went to Purdue University, and I'd gone to visit before I actually became a student there. So I felt comfortable with that transition as far as like where I was going to be located. One thing that I was a good student in high school, but it was a learning process for me to know that there was a lot of reading, and you really had to stay up on everything because classes are different. The hours are different. You might have a class 3 times a week, or you might have a class 2 times a week. And so it was really important to stay on top of all of your assignments that way, because you have other activities and study groups. So finding that balance was a learning curve for me. So it's important to start out and kind of get to know your schedule and what's expected of you, and conform to that.
Are there still scholarships for your freshman year available during your freshman year?
Yes, there are always scholarships. So I think that's another common misconception, that whatever you get as a high school senior after you get your financial aid pack back, that's the only thing available to you for the rest of the time that you're in school. And that's not true. Just like when you're in high school, you need to utilize the resources, like Dr. Robinson said. Go online, look at the links to different scholarships. Same thing when you're in college. There are opportunities that you have maybe in your major to write an essay, or do an independent study experience, or conduct some undergraduate research. And those opportunities, maybe you go to your professors or you go to your financial aid counselor. But again, you have to just stay on it, and don't think that once you get your packet, that's it. Know that there are still going to continue to be resources and aid out there for you.
And remember, the colleges won't do like the Titan Treasurers does and put them in a nice little packet for you and make sure that they hand them to you. You're going to have to do the research, like she said. You're going to have to look at what they have to offer. There's an office that you go to make sure they have them posted. If it's international stuff, you go to the international office and see what's posted. But you have to be aware of what's going on the campus and keep your GPA up.
Well, thank you for tuning in, and we will be right back.
like about being a tech athlete? All the athletes kind of stick together and they do everything together.
What I like about being a tech athlete is that we take pride in our sports. We support every sport, no matter what their record is, and we just really enjoy playing the game that we play. It's a very big campus. It's more like a college campus. Not every school has what we have. We get to walk outside. Sometimes it's a bad thing, but it's pretty cool that we can experience something like that. So when we go to college, we can already have that experience of walking a far distance to get to the next class.
This year, I'll leave behind a state championship with a basketball team. That's our number one goal. So that'll be cool.
So what have these past 4 years meant to you being at Tech?
They've meant a lot. I hope to bring back to school basketball-wise to powerhouse and stuff like that, and then really just being able to go out in the community and help with community service and stuff like that, and taking college classes, just getting ready to be in college.
Oh, nice. So what do you like about our lovely campus?
It gives us a lot of freedom to be mature out there, and it's beautiful once we start actually doing work. And, it sucks during the snow season, but other than that, it's pretty good.
So what is the importance of being an athlete to you? What does being an athlete while at Tech mean?
You have everybody looking at you. You want to perform to your best ability at all times, and you really just want to live up to the expectations.
Hello and welcome back. So we have a question that will be directed for our panelists. If you are a high school senior and you have not yet applied for your FAFSA or applied for college, what should you do?
Well, the FAFSA deadline is March 1st for maximum scholarship consideration. You do have to be admitted into the university before they can process your FAFSA information. So my recommendation would be to spend this month applying to colleges so that you can file the FAFSA by March 1st. Now, if you can't file the FAFSA by March 1st, you can still apply to college, you can still get in, but there's just less opportunity for scholarships and financial aid. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's not an option, but you're just not getting that maximum financial aid eligibility. So my recommendation would be, if you haven't done it yet, do it this week, the next few weeks.
And a lot of you may be waiting on your parents to file their taxes. They don't necessarily have to file their taxes for you to do the FAFSA. You can do it, and then you can make the corrections by May 15th. So make sure you get that done. The official deadline is on March the 10th, but we always strive for March the 1st, and then continue to apply to those colleges.
We'll have opportunities for students to take advantage of College Bowl Sunday, and you're going to speak to that, I think, October. But always know that you can come and talk to guidance counselors and the guidance director on our campus, too, with any questions or concerns. You have to get a PIN number for you and for your parent to go in and begin the process in the FAFSA. But it's relatively simple, and we'd be happy to give you any directions to get you started, okay?
If you have a family member who needs help filling out their FAFSA, or if you have any questions that someone here did not help you with, please feel free to call the ISM College Planning at 317-416-2888. And College Sunday will be held on February 23rd at 2 p.m. at either Ivy Tech, Washington, Northwest, Arlington, or IUPUI. College Goal Sunday will make it easy to fill out your college applications and financial aid. So thank you so much for tuning in to Tech's Teen Summit on college. We hope this information is very helpful to you, and we hope that you have a great day. And thank you to these great panelists for joining us and all the students who came. Thank you.